primary is less than 2 months away, and the race for Senate is shaping up as one of the biggest races on the ballot. We've been bringing you interviews with the top Democrats in the field, but there are also Republicans who want to take on incumbent John Cornyn. Phil President interviewed one challenger who hopes to defy the odds and win the GOP nomination.
Joining us now is Mark Yancey, a Republican running for the United States Senate. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Phil. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, first obvious question is, why are you running? Because many people would see that there's an incumbent Republican right now.
Right. So I've spent 33 years in the private sector, and we've created hundreds of well-paying jobs. I want to take that same concept to Washington. We fervently believe that Washington is broke. It is so politically charged. You know, nothing's being accomplished up there. And we think John Cornyn is a big part of that. And I've been watching that for some time. And I'm not a politician. I've spent, just like you have, and the other 28 million Texans. I've worked my entire life. I'm 62 years old. And it's something needs to change.
Let's get into some issues that you would, theoretically, if you were the United States Senator, you would tackle on health care. Are we doing the right thing now?
No.
What should we do?
Well, first of all, Medicare for all is not an option. What I'd like to see done is I would like to see it move to the state level, and I'd like to see it regulated at the state level. And I would like to see, if I was in the Senate, the insurance companies collectively in the medical, just in the medical group insurance and individual insurance only, racked up over $48 billion in profits in a fiscal year ending in 2019. I'd have every one of those CEOs sitting in front of a committee asking them, what in the heck are you guys doing? I mean, you're driving people out of business. When you look at the profits that these insurance companies are making, and they turn around and they gouge Texans for and raising the rates like that. Yeah. Where is Senator Cornyn speaking out about that?
Let's move to immigration real quick, because that is the perennial issue that nobody seems to be able to figure out a long-term solution to it. What should Congress be doing right now, and the United States Senate doing right now that they're not doing?
Well, first of all, we should all be wrapping a blanket around President Trump and thanking him for what he's done. There's no president that's made as much progress at the southern border than President Trump. And he got pushed back from the House on the wall, so finally he found out a solution, a way to get through budgetary measures to start on the wall.
So you're a fan of the wall?
Is this absolutely? And although that's still not perfect. I mean, it's still porous. We now have learned. In fact, I was just over recently with a DEA agent, and unfortunately, that's not perfect. But what it does do, it's extraordinarily much better than what we've had in the past, and it's a step in the right direction. The biggest issue, Phil, we have is drugs, and they're coming into the country. We have this DEA agent shared with me. We have 100 tons of 100 metric tons of heroin that came into the United States in 2018. Now think about that. And so the other thing I said that doesn't even that's crazy. And so I said, well, so how is that being disseminated? He said, Mark, listen, I can't say much, but listen, I can tell you that these cartels have offices in the United States. And so, without giving too much of it away, he said, look, we're on them. And I said, well, listen, what about Mexico? Now President Trump has said that the cartels they're terrorists, right? But so I said, so now why can't we just send in the drones and blow these things up? So you get into kind of a sovereignty issue. The Mexican government is everyone knows, this is no secret to anyone, it's a very corrupt place all the way up to the presidency. So you're going to have to get cooperation from the Mexican government in order for us to use our military to know where these meth labs are in Mexico that are feeding all this stuff back to our kids back in the United States, to send in drones and blow these damn things up.
Awesome. Mark Yancey, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Phil.
There are a few key dates you need to know for the Texas primary. The deadline to register to vote is February 3rd. Early voting in the primary kicks off on February 18th and ends on the 28th. Election day is March 3rd.